Is it true that you said you don't like to watch tape because Vikings didn't get to watch tape?
I never never watched my opponents. I never studied them. I just do my things. Like I told some people before, back in the days when the Vikings wakes up in the morning, they don't study their opponents before they get out to the battlefield. They just grab their axe and go per sock. Live or die, you know.
I guess, given that, I have a feeling, it doesn't really matter when you fight again. But I guess, when would you like to fight again at this point? Because after all these start-stops with you and get to fight, you want to stay active with this.
Of course I want to stay active, but yeah, a couple of weeks now, vacation, absolutely. I just want to go home now to my wife and kid. I know they miss me, so I think they want to keep me home for a couple of weeks.
Andreas, over here. There's a growing MMA scene in Sweden. Could you share to me a couple of young Swedish fighters that we will soon see?
Maybe, yeah, it's from our own club, Västerås Fight Club. I think that's going to be the next UFC fighters. Maybe Alexander Löf, Tobias Harda. I don't know anybody else.
And I know you really want to bring the UFC back to Sweden. What would your dream opponent be if you were to, if the UFC were to go back to Sweden?
The opponent doesn't matter. Just the UFC come back to Sweden. It's awesome.
And one more for me, Jack Hermansson. He's shown you some support on social media before this fight. How much have you looked up to someone like him who's paved the way for Swedish fighters?
Jack is a great guy. He's a great sportsman, and you can call him friend. We've been talking a lot. Yeah, he's good.
Andreas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Wanted to ask about your game plan coming into that against Chaos Williams. Obviously, it was Chaos and definitely focusing on the octagon. Were you always going in there, looking to push the pace, get the space, and grapple? If so, what led to that?
Yeah, the game plan was is always to push forward, keep the high pace, just fight. First round, tired him down, mauled him down, get him really tired in the first round. It seems like it worked. And second and third, keep doing some serious damage. I think I cut him pretty bad in the second round. I think it was the second. When I started to see him, he got tired. Of course, I'm tired too, but yeah, he was a good wrestler also for being a striker. He was strong, but yeah, the plan worked.
At the end of the third round, you had him up against Cage, and you were landing some strikes. Looked like you were actually getting pretty close to a finish there, about 30 seconds left. How close did you feel like you were there, and did you feel like you were really laying on the teams that were really laying on the second?
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know if I was close to the finish, but yeah, maybe so. But I felt like I had won all 3 rounds, so of course I was tired too. It's easy to sit on the other side of the cage and you can finish, but you look pretty tired. And I did some serious damage. So
last one for me. After the third round, you kind of like grabbing him a hug. Should you say anything in particular to him? Did you say anything?
no, I just said good fight. Just how I like it.
Andreas, this is only the second time in your career that you've had to win by decision, if I'm not mistaken, right? The last time was back in 2019, so you've been finishing a lot of guys, man. Did it feel different this time around going to a decision? I know, still new to the UFC, getting your feet wet and stuff like that, but you have been finishing a lot of guys, so was that a little different for you tonight going to a decision?
Yeah, decision sucks. of course, I always want to finish the guy, but it's been a long 2 weeks. 2 weeks got I got tired, but yeah, I don't know.
The victory is what matters, man. Congrats. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andreas, last one right here. So I saw on social media before this fight, you said you were going to go quote unquote full retard. Do you feel you were successful in your debut?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. I'm always